Okay, we are drawing this isometric progression. Now just begin by drawing the construction line. Okay, then let's mark this as our center point by using our compass. Now we are going to measure 30 degrees, 90 degrees, and this 30 degrees. We're joining them by using a ruler. Okay, now these are our construction lines. They need to be faint. Okay, now we are going to measure the distance from this point to this point, which is 56. Okay, now we measure 5.6. Okay, now we have been given this distance from this point to this point, which is 12 millimeters, and from this point to this point, which is 12 millimeters. Now we measure them. One 1.2, then from the end 1.2. Okay, then we have been given this distance from this point to this point, which is 15 millimeters. Now we measure 5 millimeters, 1.5 millimeters from this point, which will be at this point. Okay, then we have been given this point from here to here to this angle, which is 0.5 centimeters. Now just measure 0.5 centimeters. Now by using our ruler, just draw a line to this point, coming to this point, just draw a line, but make sure it is hidden line. Okay, then coming to this point, okay, now from this our established point, we need to draw a vertical lines. Remember, we are still using hidden lines, construction lines, which are faint. Okay, now at this point we may bold. Okay, there we are done. Now let's come to this point. We need to draw a distance from this point to this point, which is 75 millimeters, which will be 7.5 centimeters. This one. Then we need to draw a vertical line. There. Okay, now we need to measure the distance from here to here, but as long as we have this distance from here to here, we may draw it by using our rulers. Okay, now from there we have been given the distance from this point coming upward vertically to until to the top of our drawing, which is 63. Now we can measure it from the center of 75. Okay, now from the center of 75, which will be 3.75 0.567 at the center. Okay, yes, now from this point we need to draw a vertical line. vertical line. Now we are measuring 63 from this point coming upward, which is 6.3. Until this point. Okay, then at our point here, we are going to draw the line which will be parallel by these lines. Okay, now getting our center point of drawing these cycles, we need to measure the distance of 100 millimeters from our line to the center point. Okay, now we are measuring 10 centimeters. 10 centimeters, which will be at this point. Okay, it will be there. Okay, now we need to draw our cycles. Okay, now the outside cycle, which is an ellipse, we need to draw a box. Now drawing a box, we need to identify the diameters. We have been given the outside ellipse as 36, okay, 36, which equals to 18 radius. Okay, now we are going to measure. First of all, we draw a vertical line to this point. Okay, but in order to get a clear box of drawing these cycles, we need to draw a line which will be parallel to these lines. Okay, now from there we are going to measure a distance of 18 millimeters each side. 18 millimeters, 18 millimeters, 18 millimeters, 18 millimeters, which is 1.8. Okay, here 1.8, here 1.8, no, I'm sorry, 1.8 will be at this point and not this point. Then here 1.8, then here 1.8. Okay, thereafter to this point we need to draw a line which will is parallel to this one. Then to this our points, we need to draw a line which is parallel to this one. Okay, there is our box. Now from our box, from this corner point, at this corner point we need to draw a line to this, a half of this line, and this point, a half of this line. Okay, there are our lines. Now we are going to draw the outside ellipse. Okay, now from this corner point we need to draw an arc from this part to here. Then draw an arc. Then from this point we draw an arc from here to here. Okay, now the point of intersection here, we need to draw an arc joining this point from our point of intersection. Okay, and from our point of intersection here, we need to draw now. That is our outside ellipse. Now we need to draw the inside. In the inside ellipse also needs a box which has a radius of 11 millimeters. Okay, now we from our center point we need to measure 11 millimeters each side. Okay, 1.1 centimeter, 1.1 centimeter. Then from our center point, (1.1 centimeter), then 1.1 centimeter. Okay, now from this point we need to draw a line which is parallel to this line. Okay, then to this point we need to draw a line which is parallel to this one. Okay, now our box, it is from here to here to here to here. Now from this point we need to draw a line. We need to draw a line which comes to this half. And this half to this point. Then from this corner point to this half. From this corner point to this half. Okay, now we are going to draw our arcs. Now from this corner point we are going to draw an arc from this half coming to this one. Then from this corner point we are going to draw an arc from here to here. Okay, okay, now from point of intersection of this line and this line here, we are drawing an arc from this point to this point. Okay, then from this point of intersection we are drawing an arc to this, okay, there we are done. Okay, now from the top here, we have been given the distance of 25 from the top coming downward here, 25, the distance of 25. Okay, now in order to get this distance of 25, we need to measure 25, because where 25 ends, it's an arc. So at this arc we need to draw a box in order to get it. Now we are measuring the distance of 25 from the outside box we have already drawn here up. Okay, now from this corner point we will just draw a vertical line. From that point, draw a vertical line. Then from this point now we can measure that distance of 25. We measure 2.5. Okay, now from this point we can draw the box. Now from this point we need to draw a line going this word, which will be parallel to this one, and the line going this side, which will be parallel to there. Now from there, draw a vertical line. Coming this side also. We draw a parallel line. Okay, now the dimensions given to this upward ellipse, we are going to use them to draw the downward arc, which is the up. We have been given the distance, the diameter of 36. Now we are going to use it to draw the downward arc. Now we are going to draw the distance. We are going to measure the distance of 3.6 from here. 3.6 3.6 here, but we need to measure the center point of our line, which is 1.8 here. Then at this side, 3.6, then 1.8. Okay, now at this point we need to draw the line which is vertically to these lines. Okay, now how can we identify our box? Okay, now our box, it is this one, from this point to this point, then from this point to this point, then the line goes, it intersects this point. Now this is our box, from here to here to here to here. Now from here to here, we can identify the center point of this line, which is at this point. Now through looking this line, we can identify the center of this line. Now from this corner, we draw a line to this a half and this a half. And from our line here up, our corner point, we draw a line to this point. From here, we draw a line to this point. Okay, now we just need this arc here. Okay, now at this point here, it joins with a line vertically from our up ellipse. Now we need to draw first a line from this point coming downward, which is vertically. Okay, now we can take it from this line